Hello, everyone. Good morning, Praveen. It's really nice to see you here already so early in the morning. And I will kickstart the third week of the Global Empowerment Summit. This morning, I woke up and I was so happy because the last 2 weeks we had so many beautiful moments, intergenerational conversations, a lot of beautiful workshops with nice attendance rates, and really the summit is just rolling up because this was just the first 2 pre-weeks and we have 4 more weeks to go. So this week what we will have is a lot of things after each other. We have 13 different workshops. Good morning, Praveen. We have 13 different workshops, so make sure you are keeping your calendar very close to you. You have it on the website, so save it and just click on the different workshops and you will have the Zoom links how you can join it. And also we have a lot of interviews coming up. We have community platforms, vulnerability in leadership, connect with your customers, nutrition habits. Derek is coming soon about how youth can utilize LinkedIn. We have Michael about cryptocurrencies. We have Karishma here about cognitive well-being and so many things. Please go to the globalempowermenthub.com website and under the schedule page you will find the exact calendar and you can just scroll through and connect and be there anytime whenever you want. This morning, I wanted to give you something very special. Stefan was here last year and he will also come for an interview. And he offered a lot of modules for us that I can play in the morning in the health and wellness session. So I would love to play this presentation about a very interesting topic, how stress can ruin all your diet and ruin your healthy lifestyle. It will be about cortisol and slow metabolism. So enjoy this little show, and then straight after that we will have a little break, and from 10 we will be here with Derek Mildat, how can youth utilize LinkedIn. So Praveen, let's go and let's watch it together. I will be in the background, so if you have any questions, please feel free to do so, and I can forward it to Stefan. And let's watch this video. Let me just pull it up and start, and let's enjoy this together.
Today we're going to talk about cortisol levels and how it can scupper your ability to lose body fat or use body fat as a fuel source. Man, okay, so, all right, I've learned to love the whiteboard. All right, so let's put cortisol in the middle. Cortisol. All right, so cortisol basically is the main stress hormone that's released into your bloodstream, all right, to help with the fight or flight. So fight or flight means if you need to run away from danger, then cortisol is released as a preparatory hormone. It's released into the bloodstream. It's produced by the adrenal glands, which sit just above your kidneys. All right. So, but what it does when cortisol is released into the system, in order for you to be able to run fast, you need to have lots of sugar in your system. So what cortisol does is it promotes, all right, an increase. So we start down here. Let's start over this side. Okay. So it increases blood sugar. All right. So with the increase in blood sugar, whenever blood sugar levels are raised, all right, so what has to happen? You have to produce insulin. All right. So this bit here, increased blood sugar, leads to an increase in insulin. Increase insulin. All right. So insulin is a storage hormone. All right, so it will only promote to store things. So while you have, and I've talked about this a lot before, whilst you have insulin floating around through your system, you will not utilize fat as a fuel source. All right, so cortisol is released when you have physical and psychological stress. So the reason why we don't exercise in the first 2 weeks is to make sure that you're not bombarding your system with extra stress. So with extra physical stress. So all you're doing is looking at getting your head around nutrition and how it works to limit this. So you get stress hormones released when you exercise too hard. All right. So increased cortisol when you worry about stuff. All right, and you don't control it. And I'll talk about some techniques you can use it towards the end. But one of the things cortisol does is it increases your blood sugar level because it goes to the liver and it says, okay, liver, we need some sugars, we need some energy just in case we need to run and flee. So the liver pumps out into the bloodstream blood sugar or energy. So you get increased blood sugar, which leads to increased insulin. Okay? Just to recap. All right? But with that, if you're going through a stressful situation, a stressful time, and you're worrying about stuff, and this is psychological stress you're going through, then you're going to have breakdown of muscle. Okay, so you, and the reason why that happens is because if there isn't an adequate amount of sugar available in the liver, you've got about 100 to 120 grams of glycogen energy available in the liver. When that's all gone, then cortisol then asks the storage facility of your muscles to relinquish some energy. All right, which ultimately means if you're going through a stressful situation, you're not managing it, then you're going to lose some muscle tone, muscle size. All right, so you might lose some weight, but you're losing all the good stuff, which it's not what you want, is it? All right, so the second one is you're going to have a breakdown of muscle tissue. Too much cortisol if you're not controlling it. This one is a big one. All right, no one wants this. All right, so you'll have increased food cravings. Increased food cravings, okay? Increased cortisol leads to increased food cravings because you've got an increased blood sugar level, all right, which stimulates signals to be sent to the brain from the gut. We know that there's a direct link between the gut and the brain, all right? If you have a rise in blood sugar, it's got to fall again, all right? When it falls again, more cortisol is released. So we've got a positive feedback loop, which is what we don't want. So as insulin falls, then it stimulates cravings for more sugar. More sugar. If you have insulin resistance, which is what we talked about last week, if you are insulin resistant, then it's just going to keep asking for more and more and more sugar from cravings. So you tend to eat more junky food, refined carbohydrates, but we all know that's not going to help. But our brain tells us, because of a signal in the gut, that we need a quick fix. Okay? We all know eating refined sugar isn't good, because we know that while there's a high level of blood sugar as a result of eating crap food or not controlling cortisol levels, then insulin is going to be present. When insulin is present, we can't utilize fat as a fuel source. All right, so we need to control this. Okay. Something which I find, you won't believe what I'm stepping over here. The guard dog is lying right in the learning zone. All right, this is a huge one for me. This is huge. Reduce frontal lobe function. So you get a reduced frontal lobe function. This is the part of your brain, all right, that's linked with reduced mood. So the frontal lobe, part of your brain, there's a link. If there's too much cortisol floating around and you're not controlling cortisol, then it has a direct negative impact on your frontal lobe, all right? Reduced frontal lobe function leads to depression. Factual. I'm not making it up. This is astonishing. So by not controlling cortisol, all right, if you're throwing yourself into work situations and you're stressed out with work and you don't control the end of the day, if you are dealing with a personal situation that you don't control and cortisol levels are just pumping through your system, all right, some people would ignore this bit, all right, and cope with a breakdown of muscle and cope with food cravings. But shit me, this bit, frontal lobe function, leading to depression, all right, so what happens? Okay, so this can lead to depression or depressive mood state. All right. Depressive mood state food cravings, feeling like shit, all right, because of a situation you're in, but you don't know it's because of the cortisol. Frontal lobe not functioning well, and a good sign of that is that you can remember big events in the past, but you can't remember what you had for dinner yesterday. All right, so it affects short-term memory. All right. Depressive state leads to food cravings, increased blood sugar, increased insulin. Man, this body of ours, all right, really does not want you to burn fat if you don't look after it. Okay. The last one I want to talk about reduced pituitary gland function. Now, the pituitary gland sits at the base of the brain, and it's responsible for the production of male and female sex hormones. All right. So it doesn't function as well. All right. So it doesn't give you your drive. Something else it doesn't give you is your thyroid stimulating hormone. So a reduction in pituitary gland function slows down the production of male and female sex hormones. It also slows down the production of thyroid stimulating hormones, which then leads to an increase in fat storage. Okay? Because your body doesn't know how to use fats. Because the thyroid isn't stimulating that metabolic boost. Does that make sense? All right. So, like I said, cortisol is a fantastic hormone if you're in that situation where you need to run away from danger, because you'll run as fast as you can. All right. You get other hormones released, epinephrine, norepinephrine, which is adrenaline, noradrenaline. Cortisol, same thing. All right. Not good, is it? So, how do we combat cortisol? Really, really simple. You can reduce cortisol levels, reduce production of cortisol within 2 minutes. Within 60 seconds, you start to have an effect on it. All right? Within 60 seconds of simply breathing. This couldn't be any simpler. And then you can use apps and all that stuff. So, all right, cortisol levels can be reduced within 60 seconds and stopped at 2 minutes, which means you're going to reverse all of this stuff. But you need to do it on a regular basis. So just by sitting there, thinking about your in-breath and your out-breath. All right, so we're not going to talk about meditation, but this is like a mini meditation. So if you sit quietly, think about your inhale and your exhale, and you count your breaths. All right? You might count up to 60. All right, you might just count up to 30 to start with. Okay, so you inhale and exhale, counting number 1. Inhale, exhale, there's number 2. You do that all the way to 30 as a start point, or to 60. That has been proven by the boffins, by the scientists in white coats who do it in laboratory states, that simply reduces and stops cortisol being produced. 60 seconds or 2 minutes worth of breathing, focusing on your breathing, but it's important to count. Stops this, will help stop this. This is what we don't want to happen. This, we certainly don't want to happen. Does anyone want this in their life? I don't want it. I don't want any of those. Okay? Just from 60 seconds of breathing. If you haven't got 60 seconds or 2 minutes in your day, oh my goodness. Okay, so cortisol is one of the main problems with regards to utilizing fat as a fuel source. All right? If you class yourself, I speak to people all the time and they class themselves as natural born warriors. Right? Then you need to take up the breathing technique to stop this happening. If you're struggling to lose body fat and utilize body fat as a fuel source, this could be your answer. Doesn't matter where you are in life, what you're going through. All right, simply go through those breathing techniques, and you can help stop this happening. Stop this being pumped into your system. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. So one simple thing to do is a breathing technique. All right, it's a breathing technique. Right, let me sit down. Does anyone have any questions? See what you can see me still or not, I don't know. I've lost my top. Let me adjust this. Just taking it off its holder. Sorry guys. Sorry. Let me turn you around. Whew. Hi Sarah, I've just seen that you are on board. Hope you're well. Let me get rid of that one. I was just checking you could see everything. So you might not be able to see that now the right way around. Okay. So, any questions about cortisol and why we need to control it? Does it make sense? If it makes sense, show me an emoji. Just put a thumbs up or something so I know that it's making some sense, that you begin to understand what cortisol does and its destructive nature. It's a fantastic hormone, all right? If you're not trying to lose weight, if you know how to control it, if you're about to run away from an attacker or a bear, or you're swimming away from a tiger shark, I don't know, it's fantastic. But it's truly important. Makes sense. Good, Jerry. Good to hear. It makes sense that you take time out of your day. Okay? When things are stressful, then the first thing people ditch is your healthy habits. And it's crazy. Particularly with cortisol. I've had stressful times myself, and I know it's difficult to think about yourself on occasions, but it's super important because, again, If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of the people you say are the most important people in your world. Husband, boyfriend, fiance, wife, girlfriend, family, children, whatever, parents. All right? Take 60 seconds, 2 minutes out of your day to help control cortisol levels. It's really important. I'm glad it makes sense. If you have any questions about it, then post away and I'll get back to every one of you. Now, if you have any... Okay, there's a question. Do you need to do the 60 seconds breathing exercise regularly throughout the day or just once at the same time each day? Okay, so good question. Whenever you've got a moment, all right, if you're going through a particularly stressful phase, you might be changing jobs, you might be just about to get married. Even if you're organising an event, you feel stressed, all right? Doesn't matter what it is, you know you're feeling anxious, you know generally there's some anxiety linked in with that occasion. So whenever you get a moment, it's always good to do it at the start of a journey or the end of a journey. So if you're driving somewhere, stop in the car, just think about breathing in and out for a minute or two, all right? Or whenever you know you've had to go through a stressful conversation, you might have a stressful telephone call, and do it immediately after that. Everybody has got 60 seconds. Everybody has got 90 seconds, all right, to do it. Because that journey could have lasted an extra 2 minutes, or that phone call could have lasted an extra 2 minutes, and you wouldn't have put the phone down. All right, so ideally, you do this 2 or 3 times a day if you are stressed, if you know you're a little bit of a stressor. Okay, really important times to do it are transitioning between work and home. So if you're traveling, if you're an office-based person and you're traveling home, and you've had a stressy day, stop in the driveway or stop just before your house, go through your breathing, and then go home. So you've transitioned from work, you put it to bed or as well as you can do, and then you're at home, then you go through your family time, and you're not carrying all that baggage and stress. Family time, do whatever you do in the evening with the family, and then you transition from relaxing in the evening to transitioning into sleep. And that's when you can use the same technique, or you can use the Freebies app. I find it really, really beneficial and helpful for me. I know, Jerry, if you're still listening, we had a chat and you've been using it and found it really beneficial. Freebies, P-Z-I-Z-Z. Check it out on your app store. I don't know what it is. Android app store, I don't know what it is. Apple App Store. So whenever you need to transition, then use it at that time. But during the day, then if you recognize you're feeling a little bit tense, just go through the breathing technique. It's important that you count your breaths. Okay? It's important you count your breaths. If you're not counting, then that stress thought is going to enter your head and you just be breathing in and out for a minute, thinking about all the stressy shit you're trying to release. So it's really important that you count as well. In terms of how long it takes to breathe in and out, the further you get into your minute or your 2 minutes, the longer your breath in and longer your breath out will take naturally, because you're naturally relaxing into it. Okay, hopefully that helps, Sarah. Any questions about where you are at this stage? Any questions about nutrition? Any questions about exercise if you're at that stage? Any more questions about relaxation or cortisol or how it affects fat? Then type away. Fantastic. I'm glad it makes sense, Sarah. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. There's definitely no stress going on down here where the guard dog is, that's for sure. If there's no questions, I'll leave it open for the next minute while I just wrap up. The biggest takeaway from the 60-day success program is to get results. The most important thing is for you to get results, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Okay? Some people want to increase self-esteem, self-confidence, look better in a dress, in an outfit, in a skirt, in a suit, whatever. Some people want to lose body fat, which will help that. Some people want to increase muscle tone. Some people want to be where they were 5 years ago, where they were 10 years ago. Completely possible. We're all in this for our own reasons. The information that is here, the people that are on the program, share your experiences. We are much stronger as a group than we are as individuals. So if you have a question, post it in the group. Because I can guarantee there'll be other people thinking about that same question. Don't hold those questions in. Post them. Share the question so other people can see. And the information, this sort of information about cortisol, all right, is there to benefit how you interact with yourself and how you get those results escalated and elevated, and having this will act as a catalyst. Understanding insulin resistance acts as a catalyst. All this information can be bringing to you to help you achieve your goals. All right, so open arms, embrace the information, apply it. Nothing changes unless we do. Nothing changes unless you do. All right, so it's accepting that we are changing, we're evolving all the time. But fantastic, thanks for listening. If there's no more questions, I will bid you a fun evening, relaxation, just making sure you're ready for the start of the week. And I'll see you at 7:30 on Wednesday. Any questions until then? Before then post them online. And there's a last minute question come in there. Will exercise promote cortisol? Yes, it can promote physical stress, will promote the release of stress hormones. Yes, but they will act in a completely different way unless you are over-exercising, which is a completely different scenario. All right, but physical stress, when it releases cortisol, will actually help you perform better, will improve your physical performance, and it will stop as soon as you stop exercising. But there'll be more about that. So cortisol is released as a stress hormone when you exercise, but understanding that it stops once you finish exercising is the most important thing. Okay? So when we're talking about what we've talked about here, this is like a chronic, when you're not dealing with psychological stresses. This is much more apparent to psychological stresses. Okay? Because psychological stresses, people stress, and then they carry it on, then it becomes a stress about something else. So it becomes chronic. So you become an ingrained worrier. You're not born as a person that worries all the time. It's a learnt behavior pattern. So exercise will induce stress hormones to be released, but they will help you perform your exercise better. Completely different side of the coin, but the same thing. And you get different physical responses as a result of it because it's short term. Short term. Hopefully that helps, Jerry. Any more questions at all? I'll just leave the floor open for 30 seconds before I wrap up. Thank you guys for listening. Like I said, hopefully it's all I hope for is that it sort of triggers the thought process, and you utilize the tools. Simple, it couldn't be simpler. The relaxation tool we mentioned, the breathing technique, 60 seconds to 2 minutes. The Pazziz app, fantastic app, really is. Recognizing how relaxing and shutting off that cortisol will really help boost your attainment of your goals. Okay. So thanks very much for listening. I will see you on Wednesday, 7:30. Have a great relaxing evening. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Hope you enjoyed. Let me just stop the video so that it's not in the background. Hope you enjoyed this beautiful presentation. I believe it's a very good trick that you can use whenever you are stressful. And Praveen was asking whether this helps or diet helps. Well, diet helps a lot, but how Stefan was writing it or explaining it, when you are dieting, sometimes you have cravings and sometimes you feel stressed. Plus, you are also exercising, and then the over-exercising can also create stress. So there are a lot of stressful situations. If you do this breathing exercise, then actually it's stopping the process of being stressed. And that's why, for example, meditation, as he said, also working, because it's exactly that thing when you are concentrating on your breathing. And you were asking about the breathing, whether it's how do you count one in and one out. So basically the main thing is that you just calm down and you listen to your body, and you are paying very deep attention on your breath, just like when you meditate, and you just count how many times you do that, and you can do it 30 times or 60 times, because he was talking about 60 seconds. So improve it, start with 30 and then go for 60. So you breathe in, you breathe out, and that's one, and then you breathe in, breathe out 2. So basically you can go with this, and it's slowing down the stress, and it's helping you in the process. So hope you enjoyed. We'll come back with a lot of things, and I just want to make sure you all know how to utilize the summit schedule. So most of you who got the free tickets already are added to a calendar, so you can set that calendar into your own calendar, accept my invitation, and you will see every single little event that I'm creating, even if I'm changing something. So make sure you have this email from info@Change Your Life Socialize and add this calendar, the summit calendar, to your own calendar, and then you will see all the events, and you can join in and hop in. The second option, as usual, on the website, go to the schedule page and you have the same calendar popping up there. Visually, I embedded it into the website, and you can just click on the different session, and once you click on the session, then you will see the details for the workshops, the Zoom links, for the live shows, the YouTube link, and we also have a Facebook group when you can watch it with other people together, and you can already connect. Plus, you can also become a member on the website, because I already updated the freebies from the speakers. So once you are a member, you sign up as a member on the globalempowermenthub.com website, then we have a lot of freebies for you from the experts who offer them. And you can just go there. It's only visible for the hub members. And then you will see a donation center, you will see the freebies, you will see challenges that we prepared for you. So a lot of exciting things if you become a member of the Global Empowerment Hub. We are working on creating a lively hub, and we are working on creating this digital ecosystem. So once you are a member, you will be kept very well, and I will make sure that we care about you and you can receive a lot of information. So let me just go through one more time what are the things that you can do. So you can watch the interviews. We are on from morning until evening. If you are from different time zone, the only thing that you have to know is where are you from. So if you, for example, if you are from South Africa in Europe, most probably the afternoon time in Malaysia will be your morning, so you can watch straight away from 2 p.m. until late night, and that will be your morning until your late afternoon. If you are from the US, then for you I would suggest to watch the mornings, because that's your evening the previous day, or the evening, which is your morning. So those are the zones when you can watch us. If you are from Australia, of course you can watch us, because it's just 2 hours of difference. New Zealand is also the same. Maybe you cannot watch the late night shows, but all day long you can watch everything. And we have a lot of things going through the week. So if you want to connect with us, you want to talk about something, you want to be part of the conversation, we have Clubhouse rooms every single Wednesday and Friday for the next 4 weeks. You just have to search for the Global Empowerment Hub Club, and then you will see the rooms, and you can join us there every Wednesday and Friday, which is after very late nights in Malaysia, 10:45, and it will be morning in the US, and I believe it's late afternoon in South Africa and in Europe. So those are the Clubhouse rooms. We also have Saturday night parties, so networking parties. If you want to rock with us, dance with us, exchange name cards, then please join us every Saturday night, Malaysia time 10:45, after the panel discussions. We will be there, we will be hanging out. We did this for 2 weeks, we practiced, it was really nice, we had great time together, so make sure you are there. All information, by the way, is in the calendar, so don't be lost. Everything is on the website, in the calendar, in the schedule. You will find everything there, the networking parties, the Clubhouse rooms, and everything else. Also, we are having some crisis rooms. It's called secret room or crisis room, because we would like to give help for people who are in trouble, who have some problems, who are depressed, and who have questions. And we set up a room every afternoon. I changed the day to afternoon so that it's not too late. So from this week on, we will have it from 5:30 p.m. Malaysia, which is early morning in Hungary, in Europe, and also in Africa. And we have it, I believe it's also available for New Zealand and for Australia. So the counselors and the psychologists are waiting for you there. You just have to register details. Where are the details? Put it in the chat. I hope you already know. For everything, the solution is the schedule and the calendar. So you just have to watch that. And as I mentioned, we have 13 mini workshops coming up this week, and please make sure you are joining in. Let me just take a few topics from the workshop so that I can show you how much value we have. Today we have a live workshop with Jay about think on your feet, speak on the fly. He's an amazing speaker, so last workshop was also a blast. It was really, really good to be there with him and learn from him. Then straight after that, we have Andreas Dorn, Mindset Mastery. It's upgrade your beliefs and master your life. Again, Andreas is an amazing coach. I already happened to met with him, and we had already an interview with him and Jasmine. You can watch it back on the replays on YouTube. And what else? Other workshops, how digital assets can help you achieve your laptop lifestyle, with Wasim and Michael from Australia. We also have Angela Eimer, The Secret of Successful People, 8 Habits You Need to Implement. So that will be also nice workshop. Nancy Burroughs, Digital Self-Care, how important. That's really, really important today. We will have Tika, fun visual tools to facilitate a group work. Very good. Again, if you want to facilitate group work, if you want to do a nice visual, then this is the workshop to go. And let me see, Anis Wahida, rock your LinkedIn profile. Very important questions. LinkedIn is super platform. All the speakers are coming from there. LinkedIn helped me a lot to create a networking platform and invite all the speakers that you can meet today. Then we have the TG group, the empowerment group, and they will do a lot of workshops for us. Arman is coming with freedom from toxic masculinity. And again, Arman and Dr. Yeo is coming from mental health today and beyond. And then we will have self-love from Leon. We have Natalie with manufacturing from the perspective of a small business. So it's really, really interesting because she's coming from the ethical perspective. And we have Vino with Let's Create a Story, Cheryl with Unleashing Your Potential, and Tim Binland, everything you need to know about the podcast. 13 mini workshops, all for free. So make sure you are in the GS workshop room, and all the details are in the calendar in the schedule to join in. Plus, we are starting our panel discussions this week. Every single day, we will have panel discussions. So tonight, we will talk about employment or entrepreneurship, making the right choice. This is tonight and morning for the US. Then we have fostering partnership from connection to collaboration. We also have making the connection between the digital and the non-digital world. So many interesting topics. It's just so nice to see that it's all showing, and we all are here and we want to share so many things with you. Then we have how can we support the digital shift, the future of the creative industry. We know that all the creatives were suffering a little bit, so it's time to shake them up and give them some help. Then we have global digital literacy issues, what is the problem and how we can move from here. And we have how to thrive as a freelancer. We will talk about remote work, self-leadership, and finally Sunday evening self-love and communication. So a well-rounded, beautiful week is coming with so many sessions, so you will see me a lot. Happy for having this beautiful sun on me in the morning and bringing this value to you straight from my living room. You see my beautiful flowers in the background. And hi, Dri Tranquil. Very nice to see you. Dri Tranquil is our music ambassador, and he offered his music for the summit. So if you come to the networking party rooms, you will listen to his music. And hi, Praveen. Very nice to see you, and thank you very much for watching us and being here with us. I'm really, really thankful for your support. And now what is coming is Derek Mildred, and we will give you some LinkedIn upgrade, especially if you are young, because this week is all about the youth. You remember the title, The Young and the Wise, Be Bold Together. So this week we will be all about young people, the youth, and how can we connect to them? How can we help them? And that was for my first little show today. There will be many more coming up, so make sure you're watching us on YouTube or in the Facebook group, and make sure you are checking the schedule and the calendar. Well, we will be waiting for you, Di Tranquil, at the Saturday night party room. We are super excited that you will be there, and I'm so happy that we have you on board. And finally, we can dance with a nice music, and we can just connect through music and through love coming from our hearts. Thank you very much, Di Tranquil. And everyone, let me play the banner and see you very, very soon in 15 minutes with Derek Mildred talking about LinkedIn for youth.